Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Doing something a little different this week. Going to do a Facebook Live video, so bear with me. Not sure how this is going to go, but I'll probably share it to YouTube anyways. Just figured I'd try something new. A lot of people I know are doing these, so figured I'd check it out. It was a good week since the last video. A lot of cool stuff happened. I got to go to a Sun Ministries luncheon on, I think that was Thursday. Got to hang out with a lot of really cool people. It was a restaurant ran by the children of the program. For all of you people who say, I can't do mission trips, but I'd like to do something really cool in my community and get involved, Sun Ministries is the place you want to go. They're helping so many people and so many children in so many different ways. It's really cool just to see the things they're doing over there. They do stuff all during the week in the evenings, so it's easy to do after work. I'll put a link in the comment sections of this video. But yeah, that was a really special day, really cool day. Saturday, I got to deliver some furniture to a family. I'd put a request out looking for a kitchen table, and a friend of mine showed up with a table and some chairs. It was a new family that had just come here from Venezuela. The father's been here a couple months trying to find some work, and the wife and the kids came on Wednesday. So Saturday we got to take a table and some chairs over to them, and a small TV and just a small mattress. And man, these people were so thankful and just so grateful, and the kids lost their minds when we came walking in with the TV because they were going to get to watch some TV, and the father was saying we weren't allowed to tune the TV into Spanish because he wanted them to watch it in English so they could start learning how to speak some English. So just a really cool experience getting to bless those people, and thank you to all the people who replied. God showed up. I mean, by the end of the night I had 3 or 4 different people offering me tables, so it's just cool to know that that's how God's network works. If you don't ask, you won't have. So I just put the ask out, and we were able to get them a TV and some furniture really fast. So thank you guys, everybody who did that. Saturday noontime, mission team left for El Salvador. I think there's 13 of them total that are down there now. Quite a few of them, it's their first time, so I'll be putting some pictures up as they send those to me. They're doing a lot of medical stuff. Took 1 or 2 doctors, some ER nurses, an EMT, some other nurses, so it's more of a medical focused trip that they're doing, but they're doing a lot of cool stuff already. And those of you who have sponsored kids that sent me gifts and letters and things to send down, all your stuff is in El Salvador. Some of that actually I know is being delivered today, so look for some pictures and stuff updating you how that all went down, and just some pictures of your sponsored kids getting your gifts and your letters, and just so you can see how special it is for them to get that stuff. So what else happened? The girl that I put the prayer request up for, Joanna, she is doing well. Things have gotten better, so keep praying for her. We were able to send some money and stuff down to help her mom. She has to ride the bus to and from the hospital a couple times a day because the hospital won't let her stay the night. So she's been traveling back and forth 2-3 times a day to see her daughter. So I got to talk to Daniel, the gentleman in El Salvador, the other day, and he was really transparent with me. When I put that prayer request out, they were really nervous. There was a lot going on, and it was pretty touch and go. But now God's working, and things are getting better, and they're hoping that she'll maybe get to come home, hopefully this week yet. If not, maybe next week. But things are going good, so keep the prayers coming for her and her family as they walk through that. Sunday, I got to go to... I've been going to a bilingual church on Sunday nights. I was invited by some Venezuelan people, friends of mine now, that have taken me into their flock, and they do a bilingual church on Sunday nights. And they took me to the church and brought me in and just let me struggle through Spanish and struggle through English, and it's been really cool. Made some really special friends, and just get to practice some Spanish. The pastor's wife is actually tutoring me in Spanish, so that's hopefully helping my Spanish to where it'll be better when I go to El Salvador. But on Sunday they had a really special thing happen where the church that lets them use space, it's LCC Church on Cemetery Road, they invited this whole congregation to be a part of their 10 o'clock service. They did a bilingual service. Pastor JR, the Venezuelan pastor, he actually gave the sermon with an interpreter. And it was so special just to see the host church invite the smaller church in to be a part of their congregation. I know it meant a lot to the Venezuelan people that were there. It was really special to watch just the comments that I heard from the English-speaking people in the congregation that I knew, just how powerful his message was and how cool they thought it was that they were kind of one church, which is what we're supposed to be. It's supposed to be one church. So it was really cool to be a part of, and just they did a really good job of just making them feel at home and making them feel like they were part of the church. And so it was really nice to just sit there, and they did worship songs in Spanish, they did worship songs in English, and just to see everybody trying to sing the right words and trying to pronounce everything, and just to see the interpreter and the way the pastor reacted with each other and everybody. It was really great. It was really special. And then after the service was really cool. An English-speaking member of the congregation invited the whole Spanish church to his house to go swimming and to eat. And they invited me to go do that with them. So I went, and I won't say who these people are, and I won't kind of tell too much about their story, but man, just what a great couple, just being so obedient to what God's asking them to do, and open their home and just share a meal with people and invite people over. And just I was sitting there at the pool when I was just looking around, and just this family has done some really special stuff. And without going into too much detail, they are fostering some children who don't look like me, and they don't look like the Latin people that were there. They look different. And just to see all the kids playing together, and just to see all the families sitting together and trying to talk, and talking Spanglish and talking English and talking Spanish, and then to hear people singing Spanish worship songs together and praying for each other, and then to hear the English-speaking people say, hey, I know that song, but I don't know it in Spanish, but I'm going to sing it in English, and to hear people singing together, it was just really cool to be a part of. And for me, it was special because in October, when I go to El Salvador, I'm going to be the different one. I'm going to be the one who doesn't know all the words to the songs. I'm going to be the one who doesn't know the language. I'm going to be the one who looks different. And to know that this couple and that this church Sunday set an example for me of how God says that we're supposed to treat each other. That we are one people. We are one body of Christ. And that, that we can sit down and we can have a meal and we can struggle through it if we decide that it's worth it to do. So that was a really cool day. Sunday was really cool. Just a good week. Just a lot of cool stuff happened. So just wanted to kind of update everybody. Fundraising wise, as I said in the last video, I'm about 3 months covered right now in my first round trip airfare, which is huge. So I've had people ask me, and I hate talking about it, I really do, but people have asked, so I'm just going to put it out there. Right now, I'm probably about $6,000 is what I'm looking at to cover me for a full year, on top, plus what I've already raised. So I have 3 people that have signed up on the Patreon website. Please go do that if you're thinking about doing it. That's going to cover about $100 a month between those 3 people, so that's huge. That takes care of a lot of stuff for me down there. So check out Patreon, check out Sun Ministries. If you're interested in this bilingual church and you're in Columbus, let me know. It's a really cool thing to go and hang out with, and just to be a part of that congregation. You won't meet a nicer group of people. They're super welcoming, and just all these things that God put in front of me this week were just, I didn't get to go to Rock City yesterday, but I usually go to Rock City on Sundays. I went to the Latin service instead. But Chad, I watched the video, and Chad made a thing. He's talking about Jonah and the Word of God. And when we hear the calling of God, we have 2 choices. We can obey it, or we can disregard it. Ignoring it is not an option. You've already acknowledged it, so you can't ignore it. You've already acknowledged it, so you have a choice. And so many things happened this week where I had the choice to say, no, I don't want to do that, or yes, I want to do that. And when I said yes, it was just amazing. When you obey, when you step in line and you just do what God's asking you to do, it's just amazing the blessings that happen. So I encourage you to do that moving forward. Just when you hear that knock in your head or the feeling in your chest, just obey. It's so much easier. And I know, Renee, if you're watching this, you're laughing at me because it hasn't always been easy for me, and she gives me a hard time about it. But I'm kind of stubborn. But sometimes he's going to knock 2 or 3 times. But man, it's so much easier when you just obey. So I encourage you to do that. Just test him, see what happens. One last thing: October the 12th is a Saturday. I'm going to be having a going away party. I'll be putting details out about that. But I figured I'd get it out there as early as I could for everybody. But October 12th, there will be a special guest from El Salvador. That's all I'm going to say. He'll be there, so you can meet him, shake his hand, do whatever, give him a hug. He's going to kind of shed some light on what the next year looks like for me and just kind of spend some time meeting some of the people in my life. So it'll be really special. It'll be really cool. Look for details on that, October 12th. That's all I got, guys. Had a great week. I hope you guys did as well. Glad this heat's finally broke. A little bit of rain out here right now is cooling things down. So all you people that I saw were putting things up about being out of power and things like that, man, I hope they get your stuff turned back on real quick. But I'm thankful that it's at least raining and cooling things down a little bit. So have a good night, guys. Have a good week, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.